guys, Nat and Jam Media here, and probably by the title of this video, you know what this is?
Yes.
So recently, I was on the web, and I saw that we have 50 subscribers.
Wow.
So I don't know if that changed or something, or some sort of glitch in the system, but I saw it, and, well, we're going to celebrate that.
So we now have 50 subscribers to our channel. That is
50 people.
That is amazing.
Hopefully.
I want to thank special thank you to all of our subscribers for watching our content. We do appreciate that. And in celebration,
we will be doing Harley Quinn's Revenge, the Batman Arkham City DLC.
But not tonight.
This weekend.
This weekend.
But what we are going to do tonight is give you our top 10 James Bond pre-title sequences. If you don't know what the pre-title sequence are, and if you don't know what James Bond is a 53-year movie series.
53 years old. Yep.
Yeah. And on about each movie, minusing the first movie, the series, and I really won't count the 1954 Casino Royale.
Yeah, we're only counting the 23 official James Bond movies.
Yeah,
each James Bond movie has a pre-title sequence. So the movie starts.
Besides Dr. No.
Except Dr. No, which was the first movie. You know, the movie starts. You see something happening. There's some action. There's some adventure. It's usually a mission that's winding down.
It's either something that has nothing to do. It's all with the movie itself. If there's a new Bond actor coming in, it's always a chance to give the Bond actor some, usage of time. That's kind of a good way to introduce. And, so before we start the list, this is subjective. That means opinionated. We might have some pre-title sequences on here that are not necessarily the best, but our favorites.
Yeah, these are our favorites.
So, we're going to go ahead and start off with mine first.
Like we always do.
Jam's going to go second.
Like I always do.
On.
It is Nat's channel, after all.
Yeah. Also, because Nat.
I don't know what I'm even doing here.
Well, the Nat becomes before the Jam, so the Nat kind of has to do the thing.
I understand. I'm second fiddle. I understand.
You know what? On opposite day, you can go first.
When is opposite day?
I don't know. We're going to have to look at...
Somebody out there check a calendar and let us know.
Or we're going to check the SpongeBob episode opposite day. Check the date and then be like, when this date comes, it's time to...
Let's get to the list.
All right.
I'm curious.
Coming up at number 10 is The Man with the Golden Gun. I found this pre-title sequence to be... It was just kind of tense in its way. It was interesting. It was... I mean, it's not the most exciting over it. You kind of have to wait a little bit for the real fun to begin. But once that begins, it's a short roller coaster ride, and then we're on with the movie. But still, it's a fun pre-title sequence. And if you ever look up all the James Bond pre-title sequence, and you're disappointed with some, you won't be disappointed if you watch this one.
Right.
Coming up at number 9 is Tomorrow Never Dies. This one's quite tense in some ways, and it's just kind of funny-ish. It's just really cool. It has action. It's tense. Like, for some of the time, you're like, wait, is Bond gonna do it? Is he gonna fail? You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like you don't know what's happening. It's like you're just kind of switching through.
Now, on what we're going to do on my list, I'm going to give a brief description of what they actually are.
Oh, yeah. It's cool, it's fun, it's Bond in a pre-title sequence. This is definitely one of the standard ones. One of the ones that are normal James Bond. This and some others are standard pre-title sequence. It's like normal ones that are just kind of, in their classic ones.
Number 8.
Moonraker. I just like the little stunt they do. Jaws, like, shoves Bond, aka Roger Moore, out of an airplane. It's just fun. It's just fun to watch. It's fun how it's an old movie, so it's not people just.
Now, Moonraker is not on my list, so I'll help describe this one. The
Are
opening
you
scene.
spoiling your list?
Well, this was not on my list, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
So I spoiled.
something.
Everybody knows that that's not on my list.
Mm-hmm.
But there's planes, there's parachutes. Bond gets knocked out of a plane without a parachute.
Jaws goes into a circus. It's funny.
So it's cool.
It's funny. It's fun. Just in my opinion, one of the more entertaining ones. I really wish it went on a little bit more. But hey, there's always times where you can learn how to edit stuff.
Right. Number 7.
The world is not enough. I just thought the whole boat chase section sequence was cool. The beginning, I guess, is kind of you just sitting there listening to a bunch of guys talking about stuff. You're like,
Then there's an
what?
explosion.
Yeah.
And a boat chase.
And it's just fun. And also a guy dies with a knife, I think it is, or a snipe shot. It's just fun. It's kind of in the category of the more, medium Bond pre-title sequences. You have the standard ones, which are just kind of normal pre-title sequences you see any day. You have the medium ones that are kind of action-packed, except really kind of are Bond, but just more a little bit more over the top. You know what I'm saying? Than a regular standard Bond.
Number 6.
Still talking
about.
We
gotta keep it moving.
I was talking
but you're not telling what it is, though. You need to tell them what it is. What happens in it?
Well,
all you're saying is that you like it. Tell them what you gotta throw them a bone.
Okay.
Give them a little description of what it actually is.
So when the world is not enough, there's basically a bunch of guys talking about Richard King's money, I think is his name. And then once you realize it's rigged, when it goes to MI6 base, he's now going to chase this person who blew it up or rigged it or whatever. I really don't understand some of these pre-title sequences just because you kind of have to watch the movie to understand the pre-title sequences. It's weird how they would make you sometimes have to watch the movie.
So there's the explosion.
Yeah, boat chase.
And Bond chases somebody in a boat.
Yeah. And it's just fun. Except, it could have been a little bit shorter. I know I talked about how Moonraker could have been longer. Well, this one just kind of drags a little bit. The talking sequences could have been a little bit
like our videos. That was funny. That was
These are
funny.
actual lists.
That was funny.
They came here to listen to us talk.
Yeah, never mind.
Number 6, The Living Daylights. I just like it. Again, it's 3. I'm getting the gist. I just like it. Well, it's actually a fun sequence. You got 3 00 agents. I know 007's one of them, but don't know the other 2. Yeah, So they go onto this island for training or something. And then one of them dies because of this assassin, and Bond chases the assassin as the other guy gets hit with a paintball gun. And I guess surrenders. And Bond's chasing this guy, this assassin, in this vehicle, and he jumps on top of it. It falls off a cliff, explodes, he uses a parachute, and then the movie begins. It's fun. It's Bond. It's a standard gun barrel, pre-title sequence.
There's no Timothy Dalton movies on my list. It's another spoiler.
Really, it kind of makes the list less.
We got a lot to choose from.
Yeah, but still, I think 2 movies.
Number 5.
License to Kill. The better one of the Dalton pre-title sequences. Living Daylights one is a little short. Yeah, some of them that are actually really fun are too short. Some of them that are really, not that fun are too long. But, License to Kill could have been a little bit shorter. I talked about how normal ones are like kind of standard ones with over the top. And then there's the other category where the pre-tossing was just over the top. Like,
compared to what?
It's more random than anything. This is one of those. Even though it has it's one of the pre-title sequences that have to do with the story. It's still just kind of, but it's still a fun pre-title sequence. There's a nice action scene and probably one of Timothy Dalton's only campy segments where he just acts like a bird. So what they're trying to do is Felix is about to get married, and then they hear that Sanchez, the main villain of License to Kill, is like selling drugs or something, and they're going out to stop him. And it interrupts the wedding, and they finally catch Sanchez, and then
it's strange. In License to Kill, apparently Felix, who has always been a CIA agent, is now working for the Drug Enforcement Administration, maybe? I don't know. I'm assuming he's still CIA, is he? Now he's some sort of a police officer instead of a spy? I don't know. But I always thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Number 4, Casino Royale. It's tense. It's cool.
It is.
It has a deleted scene. And
And we are discussing the Casino
Craig.
Royale with Daniel Craig is the one we're referring to.
Yes. It's just awesome. It's not even a standard Bond pre-title sequence. It's not even a normal Bond pre-title sequence. It's not like over the top. What is this pre-title sequence? It's just.
It's action packed.
No, it's just its own. It's its own category.
Wow.
You have the 4th category, the Casino Royale.
Okay.
Ones where there's a guy in a chair, or 2 guys in a chair. One guy wants to shoot him. Then we get interrupted in the conversation by Bond beating up some guy. Which, if you watch it really doesn't make sense why he beats up the guy in the regular version, the theatrical version. But if you watch the extended edition, you actually kind of see what it is, what's going on. And you can just type it up on YouTube. I mean, really when you think about it, YouTube has really everything except never know when it's going to get copyright now, so you don't know how good the quality is or if it's sped up or not. So don't really take the chance on doing that and try to find it yourself. So yeah. Number 3, Thunderball. It's classic. It's standard. It's Connery fun.
Is classic and standard?
Yes.
Can you be
They're
both?
the same. They're the same thing, really.
They're the same thing. One word, jetpack.
Yes, there's a jetpack. There's a water hose gag thing. And it's just fun. It's not really boring. It's not really too quick. It's perfect. It has a fight. It has a nice escape. It has a talking sequence. It has a water gag. And it actually has possibly probably has one of the possibly the best
Didn't mean to
transition.
sneeze in our video there.
It probably definitely has the best transition between pre-title sequence to credit sequence. Like opening credits.
It's very cool the way they do it,
Yeah, so that really gives them more points for being number 3. These other 2, I think, are better.
Okay.
And that's why I make number 3, because it's like better than the rest I've listed so far. These other 2.
Yeah. Number 2.
From Russia with Love.
Classic.
Yes. It's tense. It is the first pre-title sequence.
Yes, it is.
And it's just spoiler alert here. When Bond dies, it turns out to not be Bond. It's
a guy in a mask.
that I don't.
A throwback to Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Whatever.
Or actually, that was probably before Mission Impossible. So it's possible Mission Impossible Mission Impossible is a TV show back in the 60s and 70s. And they had a lot of people with masks to look like other people. They may have based that on that mask from a show of love, actually. That's pretty cool.
My number one, GoldenEye. It's just fun. You know what? It's the best. It's the best of the best. Probably one of the best ways to introduce a Bond movie. Has an awesome stunt at the beginning. Has tons of action. And you know, it's just what I wanted a gun. Bond pre-title sequence. I keep on mixing up pre-title sequence with gun barrel. It's every human's type of bad speech. They always mix something up with another and then just forget that they say it until they realize like 8 minutes later, oops, I said it wrong. I said the wrong word. Or I said a word wrong. And yeah, so basically Bond moves out to go stop a chemical. I don't know what it is. Is it a chemical infiltration? Is it a what is it?
Those are some bad guys. They have to stop.
Yeah.
There's a bungee cord involved.
Yeah, but one problem. Bond starts off jumping off a cliff, and then what do you know? After he latches down to the layer, I guess, of the bad guys, it turns out that he bungee jumped off of air because it's first the mountainsides, then Bond goes in, and that turns out to be snowy glaciers. It's like snow mountaintops. Yeah. Infomercial with Love is better.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that problem.
Yeah.
Who knows? I might have to rechange. But you know what? GoldenEye does have some great action sequences, and really, you get a little scared when they move. That's what they do in all movies, really. When someone has to go around and sneak, you're always like, what's going to happen? So, that was my list. Jam, what did you think of it?
Interesting list.
How would you rate it?
How would I rate your list?
Yeah, out of 5.
I mean, it's a list of your opinions, so how would...
You have to opinion...
It wouldn't make sense for me to rate your opinion. It's just... I don't know how to rate your opinion, because you're the world's leading expert on your opinion. So,
really?
Yeah.
That's your opinion. Oh, Inception.
Let's get to the good list, though. Let's get to my list.
Oh, so I guess be more...
Let's get to the
Jams...
let's get to the good list here.
Jams kind of chose the more impressive movies. So
I'm going to start out here. Let's see what I wrote down here. Okay, number 10, Tomorrow Never Dies. The second Pierce Brosnan movie. The opening sequence involves terrorists. They're at this isolated, almost like a terrorist flea market where they're buying and selling missiles and bombs and stuff. And James Bond infiltrates it. And there's this, there's a scene back in headquarters at MI6 where there's an admiral who, Bond's at that terrorist bazaar, and he's got a camera so everybody back in the headquarters can see what's going on. And so you have all these terrorists, and so the admiral calls in a missile strike to kill all the terrorists, and he gives the order for Bond to evacuate real quick. And so they launch the missile, and then all of a sudden Bond notices that there's some nuclear missiles that are on one of the airplanes at the terrorist flea market there.
Uh-oh.
And
So now it's gonna
so it's gonna blow up. It's gonna cause
now the whole world's gonna explode.
well, not the whole world, but there would be a nuclear explosion. We can't have that. And
But
of course
who knows?
the missile is out of control.
Wait 1 second. You don't know if the nuclear explosion will chain reaction to other nukes and then boom, 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 boom.
Well, you never know. You never know what's going to happen to this. But so Bond has to
escape,
and he jumps in the plane that has the missiles and gets and steals it and gets it out of the way so the missile doesn't explode. It's a very exciting scene. There's a lot of action.
It's tense. It's fun.
The opening scene to Tomorrow Never Dies. Whenever back in the day, whenever I would want to demonstrate my home theater system, the surround sound, the subwoofer, I would put that scene on because it's just nonstop action, lots of explosions, lots of action. It's a great demonstration scene. So that's the first. That's number 10 on my list. Tomorrow Never Dies. Moving to number 9, The Man with the Golden Gun. The opening scene is really cool. It has Scaramanga, played by Christopher Lee, who's this assassin, this world famous assassin.
Who nobody knows who he looks like.
And he's so good that he invites people to try to kill him. And so the opening scene is some hitman, some like gangster hitman, who takes up the challenge to try to kill him. There's a maze, and there's these.
Hey, you know what? It's that same actor from that guy who was in Diamonds Are Forever. He said, "I didn't know there was a pool down there."
So it is the same actor. It's very cool. And so it's just a really interesting opening scene. Number 8, Diamonds Are Forever.
Hey, that's funny. I just mentioned that.
You just mentioned Diamonds Are Forever.
And then next thing.
Of course, Diamonds Are Forever is the 6th James Bond movie. Of course, at the end,
it's the 7th James Bond movie, but 6th of the Connerys, and it's last. You have Honor Majesty.
That's right. It is the 7th. You're right. It's the 6th Connery, the 7th overall. That's right. Honor Majesty's Secret Service was the 6th movie, and at the end of that movie, of course, James Bond gets married. Spoiler. These movies are 50 years old.
But still, I mean, there are people who have not even watched James Bond. You can't spoil everything.
If someone hasn't watched James Bond, then they're probably not watching this video.
But
They would probably have no interest in watching the video. But I see your point. Spoiler: at the end of Honor Majesty's Secret Service, James Bond marries Diana Rigg, or whatever her name is in the movie. The actress is Diana Rigg, and then
it's some like Russian name or something like that.
Her character's name escapes me right now, but and she gets killed. Blofeld kills her at the end.
Yeah, she's Tracy.
Or Tracy or Teresa or something.
It's Tracy.
Tracy, okay.
That's the
and
so say it, I guess.
So at the beginning in the pre-title sequence of Diamonds Are Forever, you see Sean Connery trying to find Blofeld to take his revenge, and there's a series of scenes of him trying to locate Blofeld. It's a really cool.
So I guess James Bond does have continuity. It's not just kind of. You see little Easter eggs from movies, or
Oh no, the original 20 movies definitely have continuity.
Mm-hmm.
The Daniel Craig ones kind of that's a conversation for a whole other day.
Yeah.
But the original 20 do have a continuity because it is the same character.
Yeah.
Different actors, but
so
it's
the
the same.
code name theory is kind of
I don't believe the code name theory.
Yeah.
Well, that's the video for that. We need to discuss that video. So we need to discuss that in another video sometime.
Yeah.
So where am I? Okay, so number 7, GoldenEye. It is really impressive, and I put that on here just for the bungee cord scene. It's really cool. Number 6, Live and Let Die. I just like the opening montage of you get to see who some of the bad guys are. And you go to all these different locations, and there's that funeral in New Orleans, and then on that island in the Caribbean. It's just some really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Thunderball, for the jetpack.
Uh-huh.
Number 4, from What You Have Loved. That opening scene where Robert Shaw, is in training to be the Spectre agent. He's now a Spectre agent. He's in training, um, and he kills someone who looks like Bond. Turns out it's a guy wearing a mask. It's very impressive.
It's tense.
It's tense.
It's fun.
Yes.
When you first watch it, you think that is Bond.
You do. When you first watch
Bond's dead already. It's only the second movie. Were they planning to make a one in like
True.
100?
But of course, that is Sean Connery.
Yeah.
But
And then it turns out to be a guy wearing a
guy in a mask, right? So next, number 3, Casino Royale with Daniel Craig. Just a jam-packed opening sequence.
Yeah, the other two, just gun barrel and pre-house sequence are just, it's just, yeah, Casino Royale did everything better, really.
Casino Royale is a reboot of the franchise, and that's really him on his first mission as a 00.
Yeah, so really the gun barrel, everything worked out there. But really,
and it's also the most violent opening scene. He's in a fight with a guy in a restroom with a sink, and it's really violent. It's Casino Royale is definitely the most violent of the Bond movies. It's
but at least it doesn't go to like really, really, really tough matters.
Yeah.
At least it still made it up to PG-13.
So number 2.
It would have been shocking if there was a Bond movie that says rated R.
Oh yeah, they're not going to do that. Yeah. I would like to see that, but they're not going to do that. Number 2 is You Only Live Twice. And there's this great opening scene where
Bond really dies.
Where he fakes his death, and he's buried at sea, and it's really cool. It's
but if it's your first time watching 5 movies, 4 and 1/100th of the movie, now Bond's dead. It was fake and from Actual Love. We now see the real Bond die here. It's just, I feel like some of the Connery era really did kind of trick you. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right.
Yeah.
And then number 1, my favorite pre-title sequence, my favorite opening scene is The Spy Who Loved Me. All I have to say is parachute. That's all you have to say.
Parachute.
James Bond's skiing. He's being shot at by bad guys. Jumps off a cliff.
The music stops. It's like literally.
He's falling, and then the parachute with the British flag opens up. And the music comes back on. Fantastic scene.
Also,
with an actual stuntman doing the actual going off the cliff.
That's the problem. That's what's good about old movies is that when you realize that there's like a big stunt, it's actually someone doing something.
Someone doing it,
yeah. Yeah, not like kind of new movies. That's my problem.
I don't think that opening will be surpassed.
Yeah, by the way, that's my problem with CG. It's just it kind of gets used too much for action movies, and it's just kind of like the feel's broken. You know what I'm saying?
But those are our top 10 pre-title sequences from the James Bond films. We're happy. We're glad you all were able to join us.
We're happy that we got 50.
Yeah, we want to thank all of you for 50 subscribers. It's getting late. I'm tired.
Here's my list. This is what it looks like. Jam, show your
list. There we go. Can you see that? Wow. There we go. So thanks again. Stay tuned this weekend, I guess.
For Harley Quinn's Revenge.
Harley Quinn's Revenge.
The DLC from Batman Arkham City.
So we'll see you around.
Bye, everybody. Done.
Bye.